Welcome to Sew Very Easy. My name is Laura, and I'm working on this Halloween hexagon quilt. Now, I'm either very late for Halloween or very early. I'm going to claim very early. If I start it now, I'm sure to have it done in a year or so. Now, to cut these hexagons, I find it's a lot easier if we use a rotating mat. So today I thought I would take a minute and show you some things to look for if you are interested in getting a rotating mat and some tips on using them and storing them. The fabric I'm using is called Celebrate with Hershey's, and I did have one of these 10-inch pre-cut packs. And I'm going to sew them all together with this great hexagon shape. So it is easy if we use a rotating mat. A rotating mat definitely makes it easy to do any trimming or cutting, because as we're cutting, we're not having to cut in some odd angles. We're just going to be able to constantly turn and cut. There are a few things to consider before you buy rotating mats. Number one is the size. You can get small ones and large ones. This is considered a large one, and it's 16 inches. You can also get smaller mats. This particular mat from Sew Daily has no measurements on it. We do have grids, but we have no numbers, which is perfectly fine for me. I don't usually use them on this type of application. I'm using rulers, so the numbers are not that important to me, but you can get them with numbers. One important thing to look for is a very sturdy rotating mat. So no matter where I push it, it's not going to wobble. This one has a full base on it. If you get one with just a center base, the mat might have a tendency to move. So as I'm coming toward the end, it might bend down as I'm cutting. So it should be a sturdy mat, no matter where you're pushing on it, that it's going to stay flat. And another thing is to make sure that it is flat and that it hasn't warped. Another thing we can decide on is, do we want a round one or a square one? A round one makes it really easy because I can turn it with any angle and it's not going to get in my way when I have this mat up close. But if I was to have a square one, and I'll use this ruler as an example, if I had a square mat, I would have to be sure to keep my fabric in that square zone. And I'm going to have to pay attention to these corners. So as I'm rotating it, I have to be aware that this corner is going to come close to me. So I would have to have that corner far enough away from my body in order for that whole mat to turn. So now I'm bending over a little bit more than what is comfortable for me. With a round one, I can have this right close to me, and I'm not having to bend over. So I do like them to be round, sturdy, and I'm not worried about the numbers. So right now I am cutting some hexagons, and I'm using a half hex ruler from Lori Holt. This is designed to cut half hexagons, but I'm using it to cut full hexagons, where they have indicated that sewing line is going to be the area where I'm going to put the fold. So I have my 10-inch square folded in half, and I can put that right along the folded edge. So you can see where no matter what angle I go on, it's going to be close enough to me. If you want, you can line it up with the lines, but I just like to use no lines and use the rulers as my guidance. So to cut all of my hexagons, I have folded my 10-inch squares in half, and I'm going to have the ruler butt up against one edge, so I have a little bit more on this edge. I'm going to cut some more hexagons. So I'm going to cut 2 shapes out of this 1 10-inch square. The first one I'm going to do is that large one. You can use small rotary cutters or large. If I'm cutting a stack, I would use a larger rotary cutter, but in this case, I'm only cutting one at a time. I'm using a smaller one. So the first cut, I'm cutting that larger piece off. Then I can just rotate that mat without touching anything. If you keep your hand on the ruler, you will have a tendency to shift that template or that ruler. I'm going to do my second cut, take my hand off of it, and rotate. Then my third cut. So I'm able to take that piece off. I'm going to take my large hexagon off, and without moving anything, I'm going to use a smaller hexagon. Now, I would not be able to cut these shapes if I had a standard mat, but this makes it really easy. 1 cut, 2, 3, I've lined it up with that one edge, 4, and 5. So now I have 2 smaller hexagons, and I'm going to be able to use these for a secondary project. And then I'm going to be able to sew them all together to make my quilt. If I'm cutting a long strip of fabric, I'm going to have to do something with the end. I'm going to take that long strip and just make a little accordion pile right there on a corner. I can still move this, cut, rotate, cut, and cut. One piece done. Line up my next and continue. I just want to make sure that this fabric does not hang off of that mat. And having the mat close to you will help that the mat does not rotate as you're cutting. Now, to store this, I do want to maintain that nice flat surface, and I do not want it to warp. So I'm not going to store it on a shelf like a book. I'm going to store it on the top of the shelf flat. So hopefully that is some information that you're going to be able to use if ever you're looking at a rotating mat. And thank you for joining me today on Sew Very Easy. Feel free to subscribe. I'm on Facebook, Instagram. I do have a newsletter, all under Sew Very Easy. Thanks again. Bye for now.